Hey, favored ones, welcome to today's reading. I was planning on doing zodiac sign readings, but as soon as I was going to come on to film, the song from Our Lady Peace got stuck in my head and I haven't heard it in a long while. The one Somewhere Out There. And I think the topic for this video is going to be about that you're falling back into being yourself and you're a star and how you're defying gravity and becoming the main character of your own life right now. And for some of us in the collective, that's going to mean having to say goodbye to people or keep them at a distance due to no longer, getting along with each other, or they may not be toxic, they may not be good for your environment and stuff like that, and that's okay. It's not easy to step away and take care of yourself. So for those of the collective who are doing that, keep up the good work on your boundaries, and may you find the people you're supposed to connect with soon so that you can find that support system you deserve. Okay, so today, instead of the zodiacs, I'm going to do a pick a pile, as I said, and remember these are general readings, so all of it may not resonate with you, so take the parts that do and leave the rest for other people in the pile out back. All right, so for pile number one, we have I believe this is the tiger's eye. It's good for traveling and brings energy. For pile number two, we have the Aventurine, which is for good luck and money and removes negative energies. And this is pile number three, is a Unakite, and it promotes self-love and self-awareness. And last but surely not least, pile number four is a Hematite, and it's to promote courage and strength. Today we'll be using the Guardian Angels Message Tarot, and I will be asking the question, how are you becoming a star of your own lives? So for the full moon in Aries, the blood moon, I figured that's what we would do. So yeah, if you need to pause, take a moment to roll a dice or whatever to figure out which pile is yours, or if you decide to watch all of them, that's certainly welcome to as well. All right, seeing the pile. Pile number one, if you chose the tiger's eye, then we will be asking what makes you the star of your own lives, reality, what have you, and how you're defying gravity to bring peace in your life. So we have the Seven of Air, which is the Seven of Swords. So awareness, cautious, and consequences. So some of you may be feeling shut out from other family activities or be missing family activities from your youth, or just your inner child feels abandoned by family at the moment. And what makes you a star is the fact that you've decide to put up boundaries and how you want to navigate living your life. And, you know, even though it seems like you're distance from them, in all reality, you still have your spiritual team, and you still have your own basket and your own abundance. And it seems like you're resting and taking care of yourself, and knowing that it's okay to, because some of you, I feel like it's not the family thing, it's that you know when to rest and put down your sword and know that you are abundant without scrambling to like get as many fruits as you can. You already realize you're fruitful with what you have. You don't need to work so hard to feel abundant. You're redefining what abundance is, and that's what makes you a star. And you're defying gravity because you're manifesting abundance by um, curbing that lack mindset and being aware of um, what you have, and being cautious of thinking with a lack mindset, and knowing that the consequences, like, you know, um, you can set yourself up for failure with negative thinking and allowing intrusive thoughts to come through, and overworking yourself isn't good for your body either. So you're really working towards that rest and restitution, and even the sword is resting. So you're not only just resting your body, but you're resting your mind as well, despite everyone else around you scrounging to like try and get as much money, get as much food, get as much clothes, get in the next gig, but you're taking the time to rest for yourself, and I find that's really important. Rest really is just as important as action, because you won't have an equal and opposite reaction. If you don't got enough energy to give a push, it's not going to go very far. So, can we get advice for pile number 1, please? Spirit, guides, guardians, and ancestors. And of course, their higher self. Well, I said 1. They gave us 2, so they gave us 3. Are all these for them? Yes? Okay. We have, again, another 7. So 7s could be, you could be seeing 7 or 777 as well. Could be important to you. You have a 7 of Waters, a 7 of Cups. You have choices. And it says 444 in the window as well. So you could be seeing 444 a lot. Which, speaking of, we have 4 of Water and the number 13 for release, which is the death card, I believe, in the original Weight Rider deck. It seems like you have a lot to say, like, not like you talk too much. I feel like there's stuff that you have that's important for other people to hear. You could be a writer, a public speaker, with choices, over analyzing, procrastination. So once you get over that, over analyzing every step you need to do in order to feel like you've achieved these trophies, you're just knowing that at any moment you can open that door yourself and go in and pick up one of those accolades that you've worked on before, and use it, transferable knowledge. So if you work at one place and you know how to do something, you can bring that to the table at another place. It doesn't just go away. You still know how to do it. It's just waiting there for you to go and pick it up and use it again. So maybe you hadn't been working and you're afraid if you don't continue working with when you're getting that rest, and it could be a couple of the things because there is the swords in the background, is that you're afraid if you don't use it you'll lose it sort of situation, but I don't feel like that's the case. Yeah, with the Four of Waters, especially, it's like a bit of like self-absorption. Like if you get too focused on, what your one 111 on the clock there. If you get too disconnected and distracted from what you're supposed to be doing in the present moment, and become too self-absorbed in overanalyzing or procrastination, then you could become discontent with the project you're working on, even if you really enjoy that project, because you just feel like there's too many steps. Um, or even there could be a bit of self-doubt, but I feel like that's all coming to an end here with the transformation. That's what you're doing on. So in order to continue being aware and getting the rest that you deserve, just remember that you will always have these skills to go back to once you're done resting. And, don't think too much on like getting distracted with like things that you need to do during your rest time. So if you're taking time to rest, but you're still thinking on like things that you're worried about or things that you need to do in order to set up for yourself later, that's not true rest, and that's robbing yourself of of energy for later, which is like, setting yourself free of those intrusive thoughts, which I feel like you're already doing so far, pile number one. Um, but that's just the extra advice, is to really make sure that, what you want, what you're doing in life is not just helping yourself, but the collective. Because when you heal yourself, you heal everyone else. And, but if it's out of greed, then you may want to, sit down, reevaluate, and um, look at your shadow and see how you can, you know, oh, ooh, okay. If you're, I got a new message. So you may be overanalyzing about the work that you do, and it could be putting you out of alignment. Or you could be doing work with alignment, and you feel like you might not get work if you don't constantly put in effort. And you deserve to have abundance and success with little effort. That's the message here with all those little cups. They all have the different symbols of each chakra. So I feel like some of my pile number ones here, um, who Reiki, you could just like doing chakra work, and the crystals would then align with that. You could do past life meditations, um, working with Kundalini, uh, and as well as like, I keep forgetting, is quantum hypnosis something technique, as QHHT. I'm not an expert, very enthusiastic about it though, so if you are into that, and then awesome. If you are curious about it, you can look it up as well. But yeah, no, I think that you help transform people, uh, to their awakenings as well. But you deserve rest. People will continue to shift in time, in divine timing. So yeah, no, that's everything I have for pile number ones. I appreciate you coming through. This is Tiger Eye again. You can look up other properties if you feel called to do so. And yeah, no, that's everything I have for you. Thank you for coming by. You have a awesome full moon. And if you now you can make moon water or whatnot for things at other time, for bath or drinking and stuff. Um, some of you may work with the moon and stuff like that. So yeah, remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Pile number 2, if you chose the Aventurine for good luck and money, and removal of negative energy, then this pile is for you. I got some sort of hiccup thing at the very beginning there. Maybe someone has the hiccups or the burps or something. Drinking fizzy, because I felt like fizzy. Either way, if that was you, let me know in the comments below. And that if it wasn't for you, it's just extra confirmation for that person still you're reading. Can we get for pile number 2, please, spirit guides, guardians, ancestors? What is making them a star? How are they defying gravity and reaching new heights to find peace? So first of all, some of you may enjoy chess, playing chess, or some of y'all may have a good chess lady, men, non-binary folks. But yeah, we have the 5 of air, which I have air is swords inside of this deck, just so you're aware. So 5 of swords. We have mistakes, melodramatic, and reassessment. So you've been taking a lot of reassessment and approaching. What makes you a star is how you approach the situation. You're thinking from all sides of views, and people find that a great asset to have on their side, and like annoying to be against. So you may deal with people having some resentment towards you for being a star, or a bit of like jealousy. But it doesn't seem like you are too worried about it. From you said, like, not even looking at the board state. People are trying to be in competition with you, but you couldn't be bothered, because in the end, you're just working to better yourself, and you make a story for yourself. Make your own story. Define yourself, and you like don't really like enjoy people who act like that. So you're like, keep to yourself. I feel most for some of you, pile number 2, I feel like a lot of you like to keep to yourself. But the way people treat you, just because you're good at stuff and talented, or when you're trying your hardest, it feels like that might be why you wanted to remove negativity. It can make you sad at times, but just remember that that's their mistake, because it seems like you're a really good individual to be around. Some of you may do woodworking or craftsmanship of like with the wood carvings in the back. So you may work with doing soldering, welding, wood burning and carvings, or just if you even do anything like whittling, it doesn't have to be super extravagant. You just may enjoy arts and crafts, and some people may, whatever your craft is, whether you sculpt or create with your hands, or if you create with your body through dancing or through singing, through written word, whatever it is, it seems that for maybe people who find your natural talent as a competition, but really there's enough room on stage for everyone. So that's their mistake for thinking that there isn't enough to go around. So we'll get an advice. What makes you a star is that you are unique and you stand out for your art and your creativity. And but yeah, some people might find that competition, but it doesn't seem like you care too much what other people think, and you're just trying to do it for yourself. So advice is, your advice card is Queen of Earth, which is the Queen of Pentacles. So, you know, be gracious, practical, and capable. People don't like that you're capable, and well, that's not a you problem. I don't feel like you really care too much about that. But it did have money come up twice now with the Aventurine and the Queen of Pentacles here. So I feel like you may be becoming lucrative, whether that bringing abundance of supportive people to be around you, or abundance of wealth, or just abundance of acknowledgement, getting your name out there. I find that I feel like that's what's coming around for you right now. And to um, the advice is to feel like, just know you deserve it. All this recognition and everything that's coming in for you swiftly uh, is because you're capable and you're practical. You know how to use your time wisely, and you know how to use your money wisely, and and you're gracious with your time and money to those in need. So overall, like, you it's not surprising why you're a star and Defying Gravity pile number 2. It was 2202 on the clock. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, you're capable and gracious, and not only on top of that, you could be into fashion. You could do fashion. You could create your own jewelry, as the jewelry is really getting pointed out. And it's like in her chest there's like, again, again, someone thinks your chest is a treasure. Oh, what's on the inside? Oh, because it's like illuminating out. So like, not only do they like your chest, but they like what's behind it. And that same for your brain too. Um, so you got the wallet, you got the heart, and you got the brain. That's a triple threat. And there's a mirror, so there's an extra triple threat, infinite triple threat. So yeah, go Fatu, go Fatu. All right, well, that's everything I have for your full moon rating. I appreciate you coming by and watching the video. Hope to see you all in the next one. Remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun. Bye. Pile number 3. It was 2332 on the clock when I said that. You may be seeing 3s or 2s a lot. Unakite. Unakite. I'm not sure how to pronounce it right now, but promotes self-awareness and self-love. So we will be shuffling to find out what makes you all stars and how you're defying gravity in order to find your own peace. Pile number 3, please. Spirit guides, guardians, ancestors. About to do the thing, so I'm gonna hop because that one didn't come out the way I wanted it to. For anyone wants to know, I forgot to do the thing and I was superstitious about it this time, I'm sure. But the card that popped it, well, it didn't pop out. I had to struggle to get it out. Was the Four of Cups, in case anyone cares what it was. That's the one it was. But we got 10 of Swords here. So we got endings, recovery, freedom. So they could be recovering from some of you may be feeling like due to your time recovery and finding newfound freedom, and during this time you feel like you wasted a lot of time, which is been on your mind a lot, is that you wasted a lot of time when you were doing the things that you had to recover from, whether that be negative thinking, doubting yourself, self-sabotaging ways, whether that's due to intrusive thoughts or lifestyles at the time which you're not a part of anymore. So you just feel like you wasted a lot of your time and you might be running out of it now. And they just want to let you know that you're not running out of time. And what makes you a star is the fact that you found recovery and freedom and got out anyway. That wasn't a waste of time, because you get you now. So in the time that you weren't recovering, you were recovering anyway, because recovery isn't linear. So every time you did it a little bit longer and a little bit longer and a little bit longer. So that means from the very first moment you were always in recovery. So it was never a waste of time. It just took time and you were worth it. You were worth that time to take in order to find this freedom and put down all those aching swords every single day and just letting it go and taking time back into your own hands and letting your own light shine out and letting everyone else know it's okay. They can try being in recovery too. You don't have to be alone. That's what makes you a star, and that's what makes you defying gravity, is the fact that you're willing to try every single time for yourself, and that is strong stuff, and that makes you a star no matter how many times. It's okay to cry. It doesn't matter how many times. I'm proud of you. I believe in you, and you're doing a good job. And you deserve all the time in the world to make your freedom come true. Guys, but you it's okay. Safe. You're safe. Advice card. Thank you. The Five of Fire. So the Five of Wands. You're putting down that conflict and annoyances and the feeling of being at competition with others and feel like, your whatever happened to you wasn't as bad as someone else. And, I was actually told a good quote that I forgot, and by someone again, and that reminded me not too long ago, is that comparison is the thief of joy. And I feel like, not being as sober as long as someone else, or not being as vegan as someone else, not being as far into recovery from uh, anything really, as much as, or I haven't lost, um, enough to be upset about it. It's upsetting to you, so it's valid. And, you've had to let go of some of those conflicts, and during recovery you've had to lose some of those friends, but the advice is that remember that you're only in competition with yourself. You shouldn't be in a competition with yourself because you're learning. You can't be a competition if you don't have all the answers, and none of us ever will, so there's no reason for competition. Might as well take those sticks and turn them into hammocks and relax and enjoy yourself. Give yourself some grace. If you feel like you didn't get enough grace back then, it's your time, it's your chance. Don't be in conflict with yourself about what has happened. If you are knowing better and doing better, Maya Angelou. Some of you may make jewelry. Some of you may make staffs. Some of you might like making like walking sticks or like raver sticks or something like that. Some of you may be into that. So maybe take from the swords, from your mind and put it towards your creativity to quiet some of that thoughts and chatters down. Some of you may make jewelry, or find that you wear protection, stuff like that. It is a bird, it looks like to me, anyways. And birds may be important to you at the time, as there's like birds chattering outside. Get out in nature more. As well, and more sun, because as you can see, you're very bright, intellectual. You're also very bright souled. You got a lot going for you, so you can take your time in your own hands. And yeah, thank you for letting me share that energy with you, and I hope you found some comfort or a little bit of solace with the advice I gave you. You have a happy full moon, and remember to eat, hydrate, and to have fun. Till next time. Bye. Pile number 4. If you chose the Hematite, then this pile's for you. 3, 3, 3, 3. 4 3s. So I'm gonna say you possibly been seeing 3s a lot. This is to promote courage and strength. And we are going to be asking what makes you a star and how you're defying gravity to find your own peace. Some of you may like the movie Step Up or dancing, because I got that song Do the Hop De Hop from, like, I think it was Step Up #2 or whatever, where they're like having a like dance off competition, and they like in the streets, and they like, either way, Moose was doing a weird dance. Some of you may be having a costume party coming up soon. You might be dressing up as an old lady or something like that, but or some of you in the group here, pile number 4, may feel older than you seem. Like you may feel like an old soul. That's what I'm getting anyways. a weird message to go along. Um, what we got here is the Knight of Water. So the Knight of Water is the Knight of Cups. Um, some are powerful is what makes you a star is how you show romance to other people, like whether it's towards your like group of friends or it's your intimate partners or partner. um you're always being like dramatically, like you're like a bard type energy. And especially like Donkey from a Shrek, like kind of like silly attitude, like especially since I got Moose beforehand from Step Up, definitely like Hiccup kind of personality. You're all super funny and don't seem like you would be really important to the storyline to when you get first glanced at, but by the end you're like super important. Like with Moose, he went from being just like the geek in the school who wasn't really appreciated for what he knows, and then all of a sudden, boom, he knows choreography and he's like in a dance crew. Or with Donkey, first of all, why I'm saying Donkey is because this guy person's t-shirt has a glowing horse on it. I don't know if it'll pick it up, but and I just remember when he's like, "I'm a stallion, baby." But like that's my whole point. He went from being a donkey who could just talk, don't know he's gonna be super important, and then he's the stallion. So I feel like pile number 4 is really glowing up from like people would never expect you to be main character vibes, but then all of a sudden you like grow on them, and then all of a sudden you're like the everyone's like high key favorite character out of the show, even though it's not theirs. I feel like that's what makes you a star, is that you're like the class clown, but you're classy. And how you're defying gravity is with your with your glow up, like you're charming with your romance. You know how to keep things like emotional, where you like speak from your heart, but you also like to keep things light and like light-hearted. You may enjoy gardening. Um, rodeos could be important to you, or just horses. Um, like other farm animals as well too, like cows. And but yeah, I feel like got a weird um perfume smell, but I'm like on the 4th floor, so I don't know how I'm smelling that. If any of you wear a perfume that smells almost like cotton candy, or eating cotton candy possibly, then that's extra confirmation for you there. um you might be vaping as well. Some of you might prefer to vape. um Oh yeah, especially with the way the guy's holding that rose scent to his mouth. Some of you may like flavor vape, and like to drink as well, but like to a respectable degree. Like you don't like to overindulge and people find you the life of the party, because you know how to have a good time but also not need to be babysat. Some of you may enjoy racing as well. You might be in track and field um, with the horse there. That's why I got. Um, I also got from the horse track that you may be. I got GTA. So some of you may enjoy video gaming as well. I'm not surprised. You seem very multifaceted. I don't see how you're not the star here, but any advice for our pile number 4s here, especially with the water signs? You could be a water sign, but also with the, I see like you water or earth signs a lot, but then again there's the sun in the background, so, and it's outside, so air, you guys could be any sign. I was gonna say something particular. Someone could, a lot of people may like you as a love interest, but you seem to like your kisses are reserved with the way the flowers like over his lips, like, you know, your kisses are reserved. Like a lot of people want to like, but like you're reserved and you don't just for anyone unless you want to. Like you're the one to make the moves. You don't really like when people make moves on you. You like to be the one to instigate it, and that message might not be for everyone, but for someone, they like it when you take the lead. Especially since you're really reserved, and they just would like to see you not be shy for once, and what would happen. Um, spicy. Yeah. Split the deck. Put it back together. Flip the card. How I was listing out all of the elements, and we got the magician. So you may like need to drink more water or like have nice smooth lips, because that's what like they got me to like lick my lips. Some people like when you lick your lips, or some when you like roll. Like someone might like when you roll. They like watching you smoke. That's the message for someone there. The magician is your advice. So apparently, you have all the tools at your disposal. You seem pretty balanced right now. Pile number 4s. I'm not, like, I don't see, I don't see too much advice needing. Just keep doing and working on what you've been doing. Just believe that your manifestations are coming in, and empowering your own creativity, and you know, learning the difference between feeling prepared and then being anxious for the future. Like if you're prepared already and you're still going at it, then give it a little bit of rest and indulge in the other things like running, sports, high jumps, stuff like that. Because I know with like horses, they like do the like jumps and stuff. Rodeos could be important, or just performing altogether. With the flower over the mountains, it's like you might not perform for anyone. So some of you may be reserved in what they want you to do. So that's a message for some of you, is that some of you may not feel safe to be outspoken about your creativity, and you may be holding back, but you have that creativity there, and you're supposed to be the magician and manifest and create, and you are ready, you're prepared, you have all the equipment in order to do it. You just have to believe that your art is meant to be out there. So yeah, that was everything for our pile number 4s. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to see you all in the next video. Remember to eat. Oh, there's a really loud car that went by. Some of you may enjoy working on vehicles or be a mechanic, or just like racing. Who doesn't? Anyways, that's what I have for you. Remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun. All right. Bye now.